Welcome back to another movie. As you can see, this time I have a drone, another one. This one I really waited for because it's the first drone in this price that have a follow function, and I'm really interested in seeing how this will work. Also, it's foldable, so I can always carry in the bag with the second drone. I did not know the brand. Here it is. It's a Falcon drone. Of course, it's 2.4 gigahertz. This one have a controller and a application, so that's quite interesting because the follow function is controlled by the app, and the drone also can be controlled by the remote. Falcon here. First I will show the back. Here is how it's look unfolded. Very nice thing is in here because they put quite important information about the drone too. And if this is the first drone you have, this is the must read information in here, because this is quite important. Also, as I can see, free versions. I don't know the HW version, what's this, but there is a 280p version, and I have a 4K version. I have a 4K TV, so I'm quite interested in if this camera is really 4K or just upscaling from 180p to 4K, 4K-E. They say it's just upscaling. So this is it, and here it is. Here are some icons about the function. It's folding. As you may already see, it's a knockoff, a copy, or just it's like the DJI Mavic drone. The Mavic is also foldable, but it's much more expensive and much more better. Attitude hold. I think this one have barometer, but I'm not sure about that. Smart to follow. This is the follow function. I'm interested in how this will work. Headless mode, of course, as most of the drones in this time they have, it's probably some cheap function. Optical flow, it means this drone have a second camera under the drone that's filming the ground, and that send the information to drone if it's moving or not. So that's very interesting. It's the first one that I have, first drone that I have with this function, so I'm interested. A key to return. This mostly doesn't work as it should, because if the wind move the drone to the side, it will try still back up the same way, but with the optical flow maybe this will work. So I'm interested in this. Dual camera, because there is a 4K on the front and the optical flow on the downside, and a new function, battery. It's the first time I see on the box there is a battery. Wow. Okay, so let me open it. We will see what do we get. Okay, so this is all you get. Let me first start with the manuals. Let's see what do we get. Software instruction. Is it one language? Yes, the two language. So English and I think that's Chinese. Hard to say for me. So what do we get? Oh, that's quite small. So there is flight control with the gesture like this, you can make picture like this, so that's quite fun, because you can set it to follow your face and just make this sign to make a picture, so that's quite nice. Of course, the steering, I never liked the steering because you don't know how the sticks are set, but that's on the application it's most popular. Okay, so nothing quite interesting in here. We'll just play with it later and see how it's working. Okay, so standard information, rotor blade. Here it's describe what is where. Gear. I wonder what that is. Okay, so also in here nothing. Part list. That's quite nice. Okay. Men's doesn't read instruction, we just play with it. Remote control. This one have a space for a phone in here. How is it? Oh, it's in here. So you just grab the phone and you can control it and control on the screen. And what size? Oh, quite big, so bigger phones can also fit. On off. I have no idea what this is. Okay, so we need to look at the instruction what these buttons are. Come on. Okay, so on the right is fine tuning. I have no idea. It's probably resetting the gyro or accelerometer. So it's on off switch, so this is, yes, this can be clicked and it's telling it's gear. Also have no idea what that does. Here is a making movie, making photo. On the left, short press headless mode. In here, long press return, so that's the return to home button. One press, the second one to lift off, and long press to emergency shutdown, so emergency landing. So that's quite simple functions. Let's see. I think that's it's free AA batteries. Nothing very important. The molding is quite bad in here, but you can scrape it, so that's not a big deal. I like that it's folding, you don't have to fly in the FPV. Okay, so that's it. Here you have the covers. I think I will use it because it's quite easy to land on the grass. You get a charger, if I see. There is something. Oh, there is a spare blade. Come on. Okay, so you get screwdriver. That's nice. It's I know it's cheap, but it's always nice when you get it. Standard a 1S USB charger. You get two spare blades, and as you can see, they are folding. It's very nice because if you hit something, they will just fold before they break. So I like this idea. Of course, it's foldable, so it needs something like this, but that's quite nice. It's the first one that I have with this function. You get a battery, so there are few versions of this drones. You get with one battery, with two batteries, with three batteries, so and with the one 1080p and 4K version, and the third one I have no idea. So it is in the box, as you can see. It's just with the plug-in here, so it's built in, so you will need to have battery from for this drone, and if it will break, you just unscrew it, put it another one, and just replace the plug. Okay, and a drone. So there is a battery in here. Let me put it out, because I did order with 2 batteries, because what fun with 1 battery, it's always fun with 2 batteries. And here is the flow camera. When the drone is flying, it's filming the surface to tell the drone if it's moving or not. And here is the front camera. I don't know if this one, seems like there is a motor connected. No, there is not, because you see it. That's quite too bad, because a motor inside would be really great to control the tilt of the camera, but not in this price. I can tell you already that I don't buy it in US dollars, so I can't tell you what the price in the US, but it costs the same as the WPL car, so it's very cheap, and I can tell you that. Okay, so how can I unfold it? Did I just pull it out? Maybe there is a button, something. I think it's a button, or wait, let's check the instruction. I don't want to break it. So blah blah blah. How do I? The fun part is that the instruction doesn't tell you how to unfold. No, probably I just pull it like this. Yes, it's quite a strong hold, so it will not fall back by itself. Like this and like this. It looks quite funny. It looks like the DJI Inspire. I know it's much more cheaper, but it looks like it. The antenna here is quite bad idea. Oh, sorry, the antenna here is quite bad idea, but we will see how this will work. You have 2 headlights on the front. Let me turn it on. Of course, I should not turn on drone with the propellers, but let me see what this one will do. Oh, the lights on the back also. I need to hold it longer. So you have 2 red lights on the back, 2 white on the front. And of course there is no remote, so will not have any movement or something like that. Okay, so in this moment that's all I can show you, because now I need to have quite better weather just to test it. I think I will ask my sister to assist me on the follow function, because I don't want it to film me. I want to feel something other than me, that it's moving, and we'll test that. But first I will charge both batteries just to see how long this may last, but it will be probably about 10 minutes or less, because there are so many functions and I don't see that in the manual. So no, there is probably 7 minutes, that the most of the those have it. Probably it's somewhere in here, but I'm not able to see it with my glasses. I will need to use magnifying. Here are important gestures on the joysticks, like landing, connecting and something like that, so I will need to check that also. Now I need to wait for the weather, because it's quite windy and will be hard to fly it, but so far this one is very interesting for me. If this will work, my neighbor want to buy it from me, and I don't think I will sell it. I think I will keep it, just have it folded in the back with my bigger drone, and when my friend will fly with the bigger one, I can always fly with this one and film the bigger one. Of course, this one will not keep it with the FPV drone, but it's still quite fun, and I really want to see if this one will be able to film a RC car, like a JJRC, WOPL. Just set the camera like this, fly it over it and just film it. So, and I'm interested in that. Okay, so I don't know if I will put in this movie or in another movie, but next will be just testing outside. I don't know if I will put the camera on a tripod or just use the built-in camera. I still need to find out if there is a SD camera, SD card in this one. Probably there is. It looks like this one, but I will just see that, test that in the field, and read that manual. Manual, okay. But I need to see that, because this one is much more complicated than others. Okay, so if I will film it now, I will just show it. If not, just you can see the next movie.
I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich. Think too much and feel too little.
So I did fly a little bit with this drone. I wanted to test it, how everything works. As you can see on the movies, it's not so bad, but there is the small problem that I have, and that is my phone. This is Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 Pro with 3GB RAM, and this phone is too slow. The program have many lags. The delay is giant on this one. It's about 1 second or maybe 2 seconds delay. So my phone is just too slow for this drone. Also, the second part that is problem with this phone is this holder. This holder is damn small, as you can see. Let me set it. Sorry, I turn it on. Okay, so it holds like this. Oh, like that. Oh, let push the button, and in here it's popping out. So that is the second problem that I have with this one. So if you want to use it, just get another phone holder, some cheap phone holder, and just strap it to this one, because this one is a crap. Overall it's not bad, but this is just a disaster. Okay, so what else? Remote is really nice. It's not a cheap one, of course. It's everything proportional. There is a gear option in here. Probably it's for changing the speed, but I'm changing the speed on the amp, so I did not test it. I did test the automatic shut off, and that also worked. I did not test back to home and headless mode because my phone almost died. That application needs a GPS, and it's consuming half of my battery in this phone. It's quite old phone now. So that's all for the application. About the drone, as you can see, I'm using the covers. That is a really good idea, because when you land, you doesn't hit anything. I like the folding props. That's nice on the drone. It's the first one that I have with the folding props. It's keeping the propellers from damaging, so the props will last much longer than the normal solid props. So when you just hit something, the prop will just fold and spin like this. So only when it's like this and hit something, it will break, but mostly it will just move the drone because it's quite light. So that's this thing. Batteries charge quite long, but they also last quite long. I don't know if it's 10 minutes or so, but I have 2 batteries, so that's not a big deal. Now about the front camera, as I did not tell it because I did not know about that, or maybe I did tell it in the first part of the video, but this camera is not 4K, it's just marketing. It's 720p and 2K as a standard. When you connect to drone, is always 720p, so it's just HD ready. The bottom camera is I don't know the resolution of that one, probably also 720, but both cameras have, as you can see, nice video. I did not show the bottom camera. I was focusing on flying, so I forget to show that, but it is really nice. It's similar to this one. They are probably quite similar. It's just a pinhole camera, and this one is a lens camera. But it's really nice, so you can hover over a home or something like that and film it from the top. I have once one problem where the drone just drifted to the side, doesn't respond from the app, but probably that is again my phone too slow. So that's still the same problem, so we will test it on Samsung S8. That one probably have much more power than my phone and will work much better, but probably I will not show it because I need to end this video. So that's this. Now about the application, I will turn the drone. First I need to connect to come on, to the Wi-Fi. So just okay, I need to push the battery inside. Connect by holding. Let me connect. Okay, it's a JX4K if someone want to know. I don't know if, but wait, I will give it more light. Okay, so here you have some options. When you connect, you have left-handed, right-handed, some steering options, update, help, language. Those are, I try to focus this for language, so probably Chinese, English, Deutsch and French. Here you can see the, maybe I will be able to focus, 720p, 2K for the video, and a famous 4K just for a photo capture. So this is the main difference. If you go back, here you can calibrate probably to level the drone. Two flight modes. The flight mode is just for flying, also filming. Master mode is the follow. If master mode will lose focus on that person is a red green block around it. When you click it, it will change to red, and that means it's focusing on you and will follow you. If it will lose you after 5 seconds, it will switch to flight mode back. So quite annoying, but not so bad. Okay, so we hit start. We are in the application. Camera is on, and now you maybe I will try to show you like this. Maybe I don't know if you can see it. Here is the line that I have. As you can see, it's giant. So that's probably my phone. I did also get a message adapting to phone, so that was not nice from this application. Here you have a rotate camera on the left. Now is the camera, as you can see, it's almost the same. It's a really nice camera as for a cheap drone. Here you have a movie, something like movie maker, or how to say. Let me rotate so we can see the, or just like this. Here we have some magic options like colors, split screen, and you can do it while you flight. I don't know other options. I did not test it. There is a manual just for the application. Also a music where you can add some rotating screen, everything like that. You have a folder with the movies. It stores movies on the phone, so to record you need to be connected. Takeoff, a emergency stop. It's the same on the remote. This one is probably focusing when it's following. I did not find out what this do, but probably it's what is this? Oh, that's quite nice. So when you hover, you can look around. Whoa, I did not see that. Hey, that's quite nice. So that's what this function does. The speed probably also on the remote, only clicking in here. If I click in here, if I understand good, make photo, make video, changing mode. When you hit it, you hit this, you need to confirm, and it's changing to the master. And now it will not see my face, but as you can see, there are blue circles. It means it will follow this part, but my phone was not able to do that. I did once get it to follow me, but it was at my face level and it stops about 20 centimeters from my face, so I did not use it again. So this is an interesting function. If I remember, it's this. This is the flight patch, so you can draw something in here like a circle, and the drone will fly in this patch. So this is the auto flight drone. That's quite new function. It's in drones like this. Others I really don't know. Probably this one is to configure with the tilting the FPV. Yes, I have glasses, but then you need to fly with this, but you need to have a quite fast phone to not crash in the tree and then see it in the phone. So that's the main problem. I have no idea what this is. Effective control distance aircraft palm is about oh, so this is the hand is controlling by the gesture, so you can make something like this and make a picture. So many functions, but also application takes a lot. It's really power consuming. So if this drone is good, I think yes, for this money. It is also, oh, that's quite hot. My camera got hot, so that's why the holes are in here. For this money you will not get a drone with so many functions. You get what you pay for, so of course it's not a Mavic. Even if it look like Mavic, it's still not a Mavic, so you can't compare this to drones. You can you just can because it's not the same price, but for this price it's really worth it. It is a toy. The camera flow is wiggling a little bit because it's trying to hold the position, but it is holding the position. It is really fighting with the wind because it's a block with wings, but it's working. So I say it's worth it. I did buy it because my neighbor want to buy it from me. I will sell it just because I have the bigger drone, so I don't need it. I just wonder what the functions are on the drones in these days, and I can tell you that I would like to have a application like this in my FPV drone to control it with the phone, but I will need an iPhone or some really new phone to control it. And I don't think doesn't think you need a S10 or iPhone. I don't know, the newest one is 10, I think, to control it, but it needs a little bit better phone, maybe a tablet. Same if you have a iPad, so that will work also, but not my phone. So that's all.